Hey guys, here I wanted to do a video about being original with Pokemon because I see the same sets over and over again, especially ones that come from Smogon, and so it just gets a little tiresome seeing the same Pokemon and sets all the time. So I figured I'd put a video out here with some of my own personal Pokemon and their sets, and just make it a point to show you that there's a way you can be different with Pokemon and not use the mainstream way of how everyone else does it. And also how Pokemon that no one ever uses can still be pretty useful, actually. First Pokemon I want to start off with here is Scolipede. And this Pokemon I named Haxipede, and you'll see why here in a second. Haxipede has 355 speed, which usually lets you get the drop on anyone else half the time because it's usually faster than most other pokes. But I wanted to give something different to this Pokemon and hopefully see if it'd be effective, and it worked out pretty well. And what I did was I made it female and I gave it Attract. And with 50% chance of losing their turn, that's a pretty good move in my opinion, and I think Attract should be used more often. Also gave it Swagger for confusion, Steamroller for I guess somewhat stat, but actually mainly for flinching because it has 30% chance to flinch, and Rock Slide for general coverage and also more flinching. So in turn, they have to break through 3 forms of Haxing right there just to be able to hit you. And even if they do hit you, Poison Point has a chance to poison them, and that's almost like a 4th way of Haxing. This set has worked pretty well. It throws people off, and since people don't use Scolipede that much, they won't know what to really expect. But especially when it comes to Attract, and it's actually done pretty well for me, and it's allowed me to go through a handful of guys pretty easily. There are times people have broken through all 3 Haxes before, but that's what happens sometimes. My next Pokemon I'm going to cover is Carracosta. I wanted to make a Shell Smashing Carracosta, but wasn't sure if I could do that due to its speed, because its max speed is 179. Well, after 1 Shell Smash, that's 358. So you're going to outspeed a lot of other Pokemon, and I don't think a lot of people are really going to expect a Shell Smashing Carracosta. Being Jolly, its attack is 315, so yeah, after 1 Shell Smash, you're looking at 630 attack right there. And with 2 stab moves, being Waterfall and Rock Slide, you're going to be hitting anyone really hard and also possibly flinching them. It also has Earthquake just for any other general coverage, but you can put whatever you want to on there. But this has worked pretty well. I don't think a lot of people expect it, and it's pretty good considering it still lets you outspeed a lot of other Pokemon after 1 Shell Smash. And if you have Sturdy, you pretty much get a free Shell Smash even if the first Pokemon would one-hit KO you. So it's a decent set, it's fun to use, and it's nice to see Carracosta get some use out there when you hardly ever see it. Okay, another Pokemon I want to go over here is my old Skarmory. And this Skarmory I've had for a few years now actually, and has worked pretty well. And I wanted to make something different than the regular Whirlwinding, Spikes, Skarmory and all that. It's so old. And I gave it somewhat of a lousy move, but it worked out pretty well in my favor. I wound up giving it Fly, Toxic, Roost, and Mud Slap. And Mud Slap is there, of course, just for the accuracy drop, and Toxic is there, just to toxic someone and dwindle them down. But a lot of people do not expect it, so you usually get a free Toxic on someone. And if they're not prepared for you having Mud Slap, you can really start to wreak havoc on them because they start to miss more, and Toxic takes more effect. Roost is there just for of course getting your HP back up in case they do start hitting you. Fly is there over Brave Bird because the idea behind this set is to stall and live as long as you can, and also for another reason. One, on the fly up you get more lefties, and also they take more damage from Toxic, and they also miss a move. So this has become a really annoying set for people, but it's been really effective. I made my max special defense because it can actually take T-Bolts and Flamethrowers fairly well from a handful of pokes and then still live. But it's a really effective set, believe it or not. It gives you the drop on people because they do not expect it, and especially if they use moves that have high power but low accuracy, Mud Slap really comes in handy on this. And even if they take you out, that Mud Slap or could hinder them later on for when you send your other Pokemon out. My other Pokemon I'm going to go over here is Jellicent. I wanted to make Jellicent a bit different, and figured since it has so much HP on it, and is pretty good special defense and whatnot. And it has access to acid armor, which is the move you don't see often at all, especially on this poke. I gave it life orb actually, and I figured with that much HP and after one acid armor I can take just about any other hit that anyone can dish out to me. Life orb actually does pretty well because it makes you a tank that can hit pretty hard. And with two stab moves being Scald and Hex, Scald with the chance to possibly burn and letting Hexor do that much more damage, it's a pretty good set, and again will throw people off because they just expect you to stall, but this thing where it can actually hit things hard enough or to be able to start taking them out. And yeah, of course it has a Recover and Curse Body, which Curse Body is always a help. But it's been a pretty good set, and I've definitely liked it. It's allowed me to be a little bit different with the Jellicent, and I plan to keep on using it because it's done pretty well. Okay, my next Pokemon I want to go over is Blissey. This Bliss, again, I've had for 2 to 3 years or so, and I wanted to make mine a special attacking Bliss, just to, I don't know, again, throw people off, which is what I do if I can, because most people expect you to be like Seismic Toss, Aromatherapy, T-Wave, that kind of thing. I gave mine Fire Blast, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt, and Soft Boiled, of course. Fire Blast is there for Pokemon like Skarmory, Ferrothorn, Metagross, Scizor. It can one-hit KO, Scizor and sometimes or Ferrothorn. But it's also there for the burns. Serene Grace also gives you a nice boost and all with the hacking on this part, and that's what is part of the idea behind this set. And more times than not, I get the hacks, and especially if they send in a really physical Pokemon to take Bliss out, and you hit them with the Fire Blast on that switch out, or stay in, psyching them out, and you get that burn, you pretty much ruin that Pokemon right there, because Bliss can still stay in and take those hits. If someone sends in a Gyarados, they're going to expect you to switch out, and you hit them with a T-Bolt, and can one-hit KO them sometimes, and or at least get a pair of hacks on them. Ice Beam, where it can take out most other dragons, outside of like Latios and I guess Haxorus, but it's not with Haxorus, where it's close to where to one-hit KO half the time. But you don't ever see that on the Bliss half the time. You can switch it up and give it Shadow Ball and or Psychic for fighting types and all. It has access to a lot of good special attacks, and a lot of people do not expect it. And I choose Fire Blast over Flamethrower just for the extra power, and also because Fire Blast hardly ever misses for me. So yeah, that's just my own personal thing there. But yeah, you put whatever you want to, try it out. Make sure you put a lot of defense EVs, if not all 252 in that, because it's got high HP and high special defense naturally, so you kind of don't have to worry about it too much. It's still going to sponge attacks, special attacks, really easily. But those EVs and defense are going to help you a whole lot in the long run. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to cover one last Pokemon here. Wanted to do something different with Togekiss. So I figured, okay, I'm going to give this thing Ancient Power, because you never see it. And Serene Grace does help it out a bit for getting the boost, more so than not. And gave it Flamethrower just for general coverage, and also for burn hacks, or which again it helps with the really physical Pokemon, and Grass Knot to help with Pokemon like Swampert and really bulky or ground types or rock types and all. Usually after one Ancient Power and I get the boost, it's really hard to take out this Togekiss. It is already max special defense, and it also has Roost, of course. But yeah, after one Ancient Power and then you get the boost, it's a wrecking ball. It's actually pretty hard to take down. But it's been a pretty good set for me. I've liked it. It's different than the old T-Wave, Air Slash one, or just Aura Sphere. But you can switch it up if you want to and do something a little different. But yeah, that set has done really well for me. Anyway, sorry this is so long. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, if you have any ideas, just let me know and post them in the comments, and yeah, all the good stuff. Alright, I'll see you later. And I'd really like to hear what you guys, have as far as your own original pokes, and thank you all for the recent subs and views, and I'll see you guys later.